Hello, Leo. Welcome to your July soul session. I'm Princess India if you're new, and if you're family, welcome back, my friend, and whatnot, or whatever. Am I going to do this for every single reading? I mean, you guys should know from the connection sessions in the beginning of July that I was saying sessions we're moving to the midpoint of the month, so here they are and whatnot or whatever. We're going to be looking at an overall energy as well as a challenge, and then we're going to get into a more specific spread for you all for this month. So starting out our overall energy. Interesting. Oh, happy, by the way, Leo. You know what I'm saying? It's Leo season and whatnot, happy solar return, all the good things. Your overall energy for your birthday month is the this is challenged by the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. So, I mean, things are looking good for you, Leo, coming out the gate. With the 2 of Wands, it's looking like you guys are starting a new chapter. What I will say with this in reference to this new chapter is I feel heavily there's a decision that's going to have to be made by my Leos. And with this specific decision that you all are making, there's something that needs to be, well, I'm not going to say needs to be. I'm going to say it would behoove you to leave something behind. So I feel with this, there's a particular pattern that Leos, I don't even want to say have been caught in. There's a particular pattern that Leos have been partaking in up to this point. This particular realm in reality, and it's something of how you guys are approaching things in your life or a thing in your life, and it's something that you've been doing for some time. For some of you guys, this could be something that would feel kind of like a crutch, and it's a myriad of different things that come to mind for this. I don't know why. I feel like I always talk to you guys about funny examples. But this feels to me almost like, and the money would just be the easiest example. You guys mismanage your finances, right? If it's just kind of, you just swipe your cards, you get your check and you're just swiping your card, or when bills come up, you're just paying them, but there's not really like a rhyme or reason or a budget or anything like that. You know what I mean? So it's like when stuff kind of comes up that's unexpected, not necessarily having an emergency fund, is just kind of, pulling money from anywhere and just kind of, rolling with the punches type of deal. In this particular, and I don't know why I say it like a new chapter, but this new season chapter, however you want to look at it, that you guys are into, how it is that you've been approaching things up to this point, something needs to shift with that. And this is funny. Looking at your challenge being the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, strongly suggest this very well may have something to do with money or that you're managing resources. So pretty much what the biggest issue is here, Leo, I feel like it's 1,000 things that are in my mind, but I don't know. I feel almost like I'm saying one thing out loud, but I'm thinking a bunch of stuff. But if I just keep it streamlined, it's really shift that's happening. And just to make it more tangible, let's just money, a raise, you change jobs, whatever, things in your life circumstances change to where you have more than you had before, right? Now, the thing that's important is that you manage this new stuff that's coming in. So if it's that you're getting a raise at your job and how it is that you've been handling money is swipe, 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 this is just kind of like a forewarning telling you like, yeah, you're changing, things are getting better. But the thing that would behoove you to kind of, do your due diligence and kind of make the necessary shifts that need to be made. Now, what I feel with this, for, of course, each of you guys is going to be something different because it's a general reading on YouTube. But the thing that I feel with this is whatever it is about for you, I don't know what word I was trying to say, but whatever I'm talking about for you all specifically, this would be something that's already top of mind for you guys. So this would be something that has already kind of been on your mind, or something that's a problem or an issue that's holding you back. So it's anything that you'd be completely oblivious to. So I would say up until the point of you watching this reading, you know what I'm saying? to kind of be cognizant of what's been top of mind for you, because whatever difficult time you guys have been in and however long you've been in it, I do see that clearing up this month, right? And going into August as well. So looking at our central energy, oh, we have the 10 of Cups, and that's representing guys. Your past influence, man, is the 5 of Cups. This is interesting. Hidden influence is the 2 of Swords reverse. Leo, this is looking really good. All right, your potential outcome is Page of Cups. And then what to look out for moving forward. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So Leo, I'm gonna be real. I have to say, this most certainly does have a lot to do with money. I really feel like this has to do with money or resources. And it's like, I'm saying resources, but I don't even know what that means. Like, I mean, I know what resources are, but like in the context of I don't really know circumstance a person would be in which they're managing resources, because the thing that comes to my mind is like rationing food and stuff like that. I don't really know where that would be relevant, but if me saying resources ping something with you, let me know in the comments, you know what I'm saying? But anywho, looking at our past influence, so looking at and I think I'm going to include, since we're doing these the midpoint of the, I would say this is kind of looking at the latter part of June and the beginning part of July. We have the 5 of Cups. So more or less, I feel like you guys, like I was saying, you haven't necessarily been in the best energy leading up to this point. There could be, you know, breakups that are relevant between the latter part of June and the beginning part of July. There could be, you know, like separations, breakups. There could have been in your job where there was actually like a job loss. There could very literally be a loss of like, you know, someone that, you know, love or care, like passing away, anything like in that realm. But I feel coming into the midpoint of July, it's you guys have been kind of in a depression or grieving, if we could say it that way. And whatever this is that didn't necessarily pan out the way that you guys would have hoped or would hope, in so many words, I feel that it's almost like this kind of clouded you a great deal. Like not being able to see past is specifically for each of you, feeling like there's no more opportunities, feeling kind of stuck, in so many words. But the beautiful thing I see with this is coming into the present, you guys being represented 10 of Cups. So I would have to say, Leo, that at the time that you guys are watching this is something that has shifted you guys, that either transpire right before you watching this or like within like a week or so of you guys watching this. So it's like a stark shift of being like in a sadness, a grief-stricken place, to now being in full, you know, positivity, optimism, and all the things. But with that energy being such of a stark shift like that, that's where our overall energy and our challenge come back in, which is, I feel like it's kind of, and I always try to stay away from saying forewarning, but I mean, it's a heads up, you know what I mean? Because whenever things shift like that, like, and I've used this example before, it's kind of like you like Google like lottery winner horror stories, you know, it's kind of that vibe, because it's the thought that, you know, our mentalities and our mindsets are what they are. And as soon as like money comes in, like you get the fall of money and you win the lottery, like your life changes because of the money, but your mindset doesn't change. So if you were terrible with money when you were broke, you're going to be terrible with money when you're rich. You know what I mean? Not managing it properly. So even if this isn't about money for you guys, there is some stark shift. You know what I mean? So that's why I say it's like, even if it's a promotion, you know, at your job, you move to another town, whatever the case, whatever this is, where this is almost like an overnight kind of switch thing where something good comes in, you're super excited about this thing that has changed you. However, it's imperative to keep in mind that wherever you go, there you are, in so many words. So however it is that you approached whatever situation you were in before, unless you do the work to make changes in how you're approaching something, you can end up creating that past situation in your present. And I feel that's what the big message of all of this is. Now, with the influence coming in as the Two of Swords in the reverse, there's more or less a sense of clarity. So that goes back to what I was saying in the beginning when I was telling you that, like, whatever we're talking about, you are already aware is that we're talking about. Like, this is something that has been revealed to you. So if we the whole money management thing, that's something that's been top of mind for you, where you've been like, even before this good thing comes in, it's already been on your mind of like, dang, I really need to like get on top of how I'm managing my money. I really need to look at how much am I spending groceries every month, or how much am I spending, on gas every month, you know what I mean? And start kind of setting money to the side for this stuff. So with this Two of Swords in the reverse, this isn't something that, you can turn a blind eye to, or something that you're completely oblivious to. Whatever it is that's been holding you back up to this point, it's something that's been made very clear to you, right? So that means there's no excuses, right? Now, with looking at our potential outcome with this Page of Cups here, and this is an interesting thing I'm going to say here. Again, if this has to do with money, right? And I'll use a specific kind of example. And this is going to be a really corny example. I live in Louisiana, and this is like something that happens for real life for a lot of people in Louisiana. So in all 50 states, right? In the state of Louisiana, we have the highest car insurance of all 50 states. Like, literally, our car insurance here is it's like a car note. Like, what most people are paying for a car note cards is what our average car insurance is, right? Now, is this? It's because of lawsuits. We have the highest rate of vehicle lawsuits in the country, right? Which is why we have so many personal injury attorneys. And specifically in the New Orleans area, that's a big come up for a lot of people. You know what I mean? My neck, my back, my neck, and my back. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say, in line with this little hypothetical situation that I'm giving you with a little bit of a, contextual backstory, say that, you got into a car accident, and, you went in to one of the little personal injury attorneys, and you filed a suit against this person's insurance company, for being injured. So they give you like 15 grand, right? Now, prior to this, and this is funny because this is perfectly in alignment with all these cards. So, Leo, in the latter part of June and July, you're depressed, you're stressed out, lights about to get turned off, all the things, the week that you watch this reading, 10 of Cups shows up because, your attorney calls, right? And it's like, I got you $15,000. Just come over and, sign for the check, right? So now all the stuff that you were stressed about, it's no longer a problem. You know how you're going to pay for everything. Now, you already have in your mind with this Two of Swords in the reverse that you manage money, right? But you excited because now you got money. You don't have no more problems, right? Now, what I'm seeing with this Page of Cups here of the outcome is, this hypothetical Leo getting a wise idea of what to do with this $15,000, right? But this wise idea you get is like, I hate my job. Like, I always wanted to make t-shirts. Like, I should invest this $15,000 into my new t-shirt business. So I'm going to go buy a Cricut. I'm going to go get a t-shirt press. I'm going to buy a new laptop. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to do with this $15,000, right? It's a great idea because, entrepreneurial pursuit. You hate your boss. You never felt like you should work for anyone. You know what I'm saying? This is your opportunity to do this. The chances of you being able to save up 15 grand are just, few and far between, right? Now, why this is not necessarily the best idea, even though it seems like one, is because of this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse being in our what to watch out for moving forward, right? With this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, this is more or less saying it's not being a good steward with your finances, right? It's kind of being caught up, and that's these two cards I'm talking about. It's like being caught up by an emotional whirlwind. I don't know if y'all can see them clearly because my camera and my computer both hate me, but it's being caught up in an emotional whirlwind with somewhat of an immature idea. The fact that it hits you in an emotional sense, and the fact that it's like, oh, this is my passion. This is what I always wanted to do, never had the opportunity. But with it being, it's an immature idea. It's not something been thought out, right? Because yeah, starting a t-shirt business is your passion and all the things, whatever, but you're not thinking about the fact that you don't have clientele. You're not thinking about the fact that there's a lot of footwork that you need to do to let people know about you need to advertise and you need to do marketing. It's like all of these extra things. And if you were to invest this capital that you have into it, you know what I'm saying? So many variables that haven't necessarily been thought out. So, and we're not even taking into account all of these things with this 5 of cups that we have coming into this month, all of this other stuff that you were worried about, right? Now, just kind of fast tracking things to give you a contrast in such of a situation like this, the wise thing to do would not be, you know what I'm saying, thinking to jumpstart the t-shirt business. The wise thing would be, is anything that you're indebted to is getting yourself to a leveled place of what you're indebted to, right? Or taking this money and putting it to the side if you don't have anything that you're indebted to and you just have your, consistent bills or whatever, taking this money and spreading this between actually putting an emergency savings account, you know what I'm saying? Or putting this in long-term savings, you know what I mean? That would be something that would be more wise to do, because that's something that's going to hold you for the long haul, as opposed to spending all of this money because, child, this could become a whole lecture on business. Whenever you start a business with the IRS, you can file a loss for the first 3 years, because with any business, you're always going to put way more money into it before you actually get a profit. So you're going to be, in the red before you're really in the black, right? And the IRS is aware of this, which is why you're able to file a loss for the first 3 years that you're in business. So if you don't have any continued capital that's coming in, you sink the 15 grand into this business, hoping that you're going to get a return on your investment. But there's so many variables that haven't been thought about, because mind you, this is just a wise idea. Like I said, I'm trying to stop myself from the lecture, but it can totally be a lecture, because I feel with this page of cups, how this would come, it would feel like divine intervention, or like a message or a sign or something like that. And that's not at all what it is. It's just an idea. It's a half-baked idea. It's an idea that hasn't really been thought through, because mind you, it's a emotion based. It's not really challenged by logic. But like I said, with this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, this is saying that when this comes through, that this could potentially be squandered, which goes back to what our Two of Wands is talking about in our overall energy, as opposed to, deviating from this old way of handling things. It's kind of staying same path, that same trajectory, and partaking in those same less than stellar habits or actions that got you into the situation that you started this out with, right? So I feel the beautiful thing with this is, especially with this being you guys' birthday time, and I always tell you guys, you have like a double portion of good woo-woo juju energy during your birthday time. And I feel this is an opportunity that's being offered to you, that's giving you a chance to do something differently, you know what I mean, that you can kind of ride the wave of this for the long term, as opposed to it being like a flash in the pan, short term good thing that happens. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it gives me like tax return vibes. You know what I mean? Like whenever people get their tax return, it's like people sometimes will spend it before it even comes. You know what I mean? But you can use that money to kind of get you into a good place, or to like set you up, you know what I mean, for the rest of the year. You could take the money for your kids' Christmas gifts for, the next following year, you know what I'm saying, and sit that to the side so you're not so broke around Christmas time. You could take that money and put it towards an emergency savings, or just put it into savings, period. But it's people kind of ride the wave from whenever your taxes, like February, March, April, you know what I mean? And everything's like good. You're eating out every day for lunch. And then all of a sudden, when that money's gone, you're right back to the same thing that you've all and then we repeat the same thing like the next following year. So I feel with this is an opportunity that's being offered to Leo, but the heads up for Leo is to approach it differently than you typically have approached such opportunities for come up in the past and whatnot or whatever. So I hope and pray that that makes sense, Leo. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. And, as always, I love your freaking face, and I will see you guys